Hello, everyone. Today we are going to explore something many people rarely think about: how an ordinary scene on a quiet cattle farm can slowly become part of a complex industrial journey. How does a herd of cattle grazing peacefully in wide open fields eventually connect to modern factories, skilled craftsmanship, and finished products displayed in stores? Just like the beginning of a long story where every step matters, this process unfolds through careful management, inspection, transportation, and manufacturing. In this video, we will follow that journey step by step, from the farm to the final product. The journey begins at large rural feedlots where white and brown bulls are raised and managed under controlled agricultural conditions. Farm workers monitor the animals daily, ensuring proper feeding, healthcare, and stable living environments. At this stage, the focus is not only livestock management, but also maintaining the quality of the raw biological material that will later enter the industrial processing chain. Before any industrial process begins, scientists and researchers conduct careful inspections. Samples are collected, health conditions are evaluated, and biological quality is verified under laboratory standards. This step ensures that the raw materials entering the manufacturing system meet strict requirements for safety, traceability, and material consistency. Once inspections are complete, the animals are transported from the rural environment towards specialized industrial facilities. Trucks move along long transport routes, carrying the raw biological resources from agricultural production zones to modern processing plants where large-scale industrial operations begin. Inside the processing facility, the raw biological materials are carefully handled through controlled industrial systems. Equipment and trained workers separate different usable components while maintaining hygiene and operational safety. At this stage, the transformation from agricultural resource to industrial raw material begins. Selected horns and leather materials are cleaned, stabilized, and prepared for further manufacturing. Mechanical systems and controlled treatment processes refine the materials so they can later be shaped and crafted. Precision at this stage is essential to preserve strength, texture, and long-term durability. After industrial preparation, skilled craftsmen begin the process of transforming raw horn and leather materials into finished goods. Through cutting, shaping, polishing, and assembling, these materials gradually take the form of luxury items. This stage combines traditional craftsmanship with modern production standards. Once the products are completed, they move into packaging lines where each item is carefully inspected and prepared for distribution. Protective materials, labeling systems, and standardized packaging ensure that every product leaves the factory in stable condition. And ready for transport. Finished products are transferred into organized warehouse systems where inventory is managed and shipments are prepared. Forklifts move packaged goods across large storage areas, while logistics teams coordinate distribution routes to different markets. The final stage of the journey takes place in urban retail environments. Inside luxury stores, finished horn and leather products are displayed for customers. What began as raw material in rural landscapes now appears as refined consumer goods within modern commercial spaces. The process begins on a large cattle farm surrounded by open pastures and modern agricultural facilities. Here, herds of cows move freely across the fields while farmers monitor their condition and behavior. Feeding stations, water systems, and daily observation ensure the animals remain healthy and stable. At this stage, the focus is careful livestock management, maintaining consistent conditions before the materials eventually move into the industrial supply chain. Before the next step begins, veterinary inspection becomes essential. Specialists examine the animals carefully using handheld scanners and digital records to verify health conditions. Each check ensures the livestock meets strict agricultural and safety standards. This stage provides traceability and quality assurance before the animals are clear to continue along the production pathway. Once the inspection phase is completed, the animals are prepared for transportation. Workers guide them calmly into transport trailers designed for controlled movement. The trucks then depart the farm, traveling along long rural roads toward industrial processing facilities. This transition marks the shift from agricultural production to the beginning of large-scale industrial processing. Upon arrival at the processing facility, trained workers guide the animals through controlled intake areas. Industrial spaces are designed to manage movement safely and efficiently. At this point, the facility begins organizing and directing the incoming materials, preparing them for the next stages of processing within the factory system. Inside the processing area, raw materials begin a transformation through mechanical and chemical treatments. Large industrial equipment cleans, prepares, and stabilizes the leather materials. Temperature-controlled rooms and processing tanks ensure the materials develop the durability and flexibility required for manufacturing. This stage prepares the leather for precise shaping and crafting. After treatment, the leather moves to cutting stations, where workers and specialized machines begin shaping the material. Patterns are carefully arranged to maximize efficiency and consistency. Each piece is cut according to product specifications, forming the components that will later become finished goods. Once the components are prepared, the materials move into the assembly area. Skilled workers operate sewing machines and hand tools to stitch the leather pieces together. Gradually, the separate components take recognizable form as bags and other leather products. Precision and consistency are essential at this stage to ensure durability and visual quality. Before leaving the production floor, every product undergoes careful inspection. Quality control teams measure dimensions, examine stitching, and verify the overall finish. Digital scanning and manual checks confirm that each item meets the required manufacturing standards before it moves forward to packaging and distribution. After inspection, finished products are packed into boxes and transferred into the warehouse system. Workers organize shipments and prepare pallets for transportation. Inventory tracking ensures each product is accounted for as it enters the logistics network, ready to be delivered to retailers. The final stage takes place inside modern retail environments. Products are placed on elegant display shelves where customers can examine their design and craftsmanship. What began on a rural cattle farm has now completed its journey through a complex chain of agricultural management, industrial processing, and manufacturing. From the quiet fields of the cattle farm to the organized systems of a modern factory, every stage in this process plays a role in shaping the final product. It is a journey that combines agriculture, industry, and craftsmanship into one continuous chain. Now that you have seen how the entire process unfolds, what part of this journey surprised you the most? And what are your thoughts about how these industries operate behind the scenes? Share your opinion in the comments. I would love to hear what you think.